Hello and welcome to another episode of Stock Shots. Please remember, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just giving my opinion based on some things I see, like support and resistance, supply and demand, and of course, some indicators that may be on the screen. So always do your own due diligence. Make sure you educate yourself and always look to the left because we're looking at things that have already happened. Think about what things may do in the future. So this is another episode of Stock Shots. Welcome.
All right, here we go. We're talking about our favorite. It's the C fund. Um, so essentially, what I'm going to tell you is some historical data as well, because of the pattern we currently have. So this is going to be a breakdown of this chart, but first, I want to make sure you guys can see everything I'm talking about as well. First and foremost, we got an area here that we're having a big problem breaking through. All right. There's divergence in the weekly. It's very small at this point, but it's already here at the top, and we have a price breakdown. What we're currently looking for is to see if this current level around 57.20 can hold. The reason we're going to talk a little bit more about historical data on this one is because of these three candles. If you go back and you see the history, 1, 2, 3, then we have like a push up. So the reason I have these hollow candles on is because this is how I usually look at my charts. Um, this candle signifies a downward movement, but it also signifies it was not a strong downward movement. Okay, so we had three, and then we started a reversal. We had three, reversal. So this is over. Let's see. This is back in July of 24. Then we had another one, April 24. Then we had another one here. This is in September of 23. Now, this one is different, but there's going to be one more I want to show you as well that may also help us understand what's going on. We have our three, but these definitely look different. These do not look the same. Okay. So we were talking about three candles in a row straight down. This one has like a pause. It's also a down candle, but it's a pause candle. It's not really pushing downward. This one is, it doesn't fit what we're talking about. This one kind of does it, and it also has the reversal up. Here's another one. Three down, reversal. Now, what I want to talk about is here in 2022. I want to say it's September 22. This one, yeah. So here, 1, 2, 3, and then that reversal up. We may be looking at a good entry into the C fund at this moment. Friday, we closed green. All right. That's a great thing. We also have to be wary because it's not always the same signal of 1, 2, 3 reversal. You could get a 1, 2, 3 push to the top side and then a continuation down. With this particular market, it is really hard to say what exactly is going to happen. What I will say, based on what I am looking at, is that we have had a strong rejection off of that level right there, that 5,700. All right. So that support looks like it's holding. It's a pretty strong support. If you look over, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had one time when it was resistance, but it's been support ever since. At this moment, it's kind of hard to say it's going to push down. This was a very strong candle for the week. But for this time, I also wanted to look at the daily for the C fund. So in this one, we had this push up, strong volume candle on this push to the top side. This is our rejection off of the 5,700. This may give us a entry. So if you're looking for a time like I really want to get in, I really want to turn it around, I want you to be wary because at this point we haven't tested here. So in this indicator at the bottom is pretty much an RSI MACD combination. This is telling me it's not really ready to go up yet. Once it passes this 50 line here, it would tell me, hey, yeah. Once it passes this, it would get me interested, this moving average inside of here. Currently, I'm just waiting to see if it passes right here, this 58.69. If it passes there, hey, look, I'd love to get in. Love to put my money back in. This candle makes me interested in the weekly time frame. What I will do is I will take this out because it broke out of our structure we were looking at. All right. The other thing is this. I have a close outside of this trend line right here. So this trend line held one rejection off it, then it broke through. If you were doing day trading, you wouldn't take a trade right here to go to the downside. The reason being is you need to see confirmation. So, same thing for this. I need to see confirmation that this is going to go continue going to the downside. So I can leave my money in a G fund. Or, like some of us have done, you could put it into the bond fund. So if you're looking for that, we're going to talk about that later as well. So I'm going to turn this on, see what we got. This is a big sell signal on a week. I would want to see if it's going to continue down, break this support at 5,700. And then I would like to see it break that 48-day moving average to continue down. Now, generally, if I get a sell signal on a weekly time frame, it may be 1, 2 weeks for this particular instrument, meaning the C fund, because it's generally going to the upside. This one is like a 4 week thing, but essentially it's really only 1, 2 candles because this was a range here going back. This one, what we were interested in, this is the one that printed that sell signal. We popped up and then we continued down for another 3, pretty much 4 weeks. So that's what I'm concerned of. Is this scenario going to happen from 2022 in August? So August 2022 C fund. That's what I'm concerned. Is that going to happen here with what's going on today? If not, great. If it is, I want to be prepared. So I'm waiting to see if that same kind of pattern prints again. So it would essentially be we have this breakdown, we have a push up, and a continuation to the downside. So I'm looking to see if that happens. If we push up here, we break that 58.69. I need to see continuation up. If it breaks below, I need to see continuation down. That's it. So let's talk about the S fund. In the S fund, we're also looking at the same kind of scenario. Now, this one doesn't play out the same. Essentially, what I would be looking at is this is already past my 48-day moving average. It already broke a level of support here and here. I already have a sell signal printed all the way back here, back in December. So that's a lot of noise when I try to take that off. The next area I would look for it to go to would essentially be about here. So I want to move this up to there. That would be about the next area I'm looking forward to go to as a support. Um, it just needs to do something. But everything is telling me that everything is telling me that the S fund wants to go down. All right, it's just looking like it. I got a cross up here already. It's it's just not looking good. So let's talk about the international fund. International fund's booming. Oh, it's booming. We broke out here of this consolidation. We are already past this 82. We're at 84. Next place, of course, we're looking to go is 85. If we go further, and we see good news internationally, 89 is the next area after this 85 break. This one's looking like it just wants to continue up. We have a good buy signal down here. Had a retest. It broke up. We're looking good. Also, in the bond fund, we got some similar news. We got a buy signal last week. All right. We are above this 48-day moving average. We have a very nice trend that is going right here, going up. Now, if price action breaks the trend to the downside, I would look for taking my money out of here. But right now, say you missed an entry into the bond fund. Well, it's giving you one here. You would need to see if it's going to bounce next week to go up. So when you're talking about bonds, you want to make sure that you're looking at information. All right, the bank's going to be cutting interest rates. Are they going to be raising interest rates? All these things can affect the bond market. So that's your homework. Do some due diligence on what affects the bond market international fund. Uh, Remember, if you're interested in learning how I look at this stuff, there's a book on the website. We got you covered. And if you are looking to see more content before your own personal portfolio, we got videos for that too in the exchange. There's a playlist that also is on our website and on our YouTube channel. So I will see you next week. Hopefully you got something out of here. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe. Say